Welcome back to part 3 of our Rim Wars, the Old Republic Let's Play. So, enough small events have accumulated that I felt it was worth checking back in with you guys, but I've been trying to progress as much as I can off camera, because so far it's just been a lot of kind of tedium, building, harvesting, etc. As you can see, we do have a couple of bedrooms built over in what will eventually become our Jedi Temple. So we're going to continue working on that because I'd like to get them moved into these better quality bedrooms and out of this area here that's effectively just going to become a dumping zone. There are some considerations that need to be made for this area. Primarily, I'm trying to build this with the ultimate goal of building a Jedi Temple around it in mind. So I'm laying it around, I'm laying it out around what is going to be this anima courtyard. And that's why we have like these walls here and stuff. That's basically going to be the entry into the building from the courtyard, and then the hallways will wrap around with all the bedrooms and etc. And I need to leave some room up here for like a training dojo type room, and then a ritual room or a gathering room. And then, of course, out here will be the courtyard, and then this is going to wrap around down here, and we'll have probably more bedrooms on this side. I may even have bedrooms here. It really depends on how many people we think are going to be living in this temple. Presumably not that many. I don't know how many Force sensitives we're going to encounter. But for now, it's fine to build a few extra because we're going to be moving everybody in there until the city develops around it. So we're going to continue working on that. I did cheat a little bit here. I realized retroactively that it just aesthetically, I think I want to go with the Aurelian stone walls for the temple. So I deleted all of the limestone walls and replaced them with Aurelian stone walls. But everything else was built by either Wade or Theo. The floors that we're using are the Rimkia smooth wood floors right here, which I thought looked kind of nice in this area, though I'm considering maybe making the bedrooms carpet when we actually have access to that. Right now, the floors are a bit limited to choose from. I mean, we do have a lot, but they're mostly stone and wood, which I don't really like stone in bedrooms, but we'll see. I do like this wood pattern, so we'll start there. Maybe go to carpet, but the hallways can stay wood and whatnot. Let's see. We got a new wood fire generator over here that we can start supplying for light and other things, but I'm not super concerned about that because right now we only have 2 people living in here. Aaron should be moving into the middle room at some point. And I'm not building beds yet because my goal is to go for these beds here. I don't know what they're called, but they're from Rim Life Expansion, and they have kind of a cool modern look to them. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see it very well because of all the text on it. But they have a cool aesthetic to them, so I figured I would use those. But interestingly, they're made entirely out of fabrics. So we did plant a cloth or a cotton plant growing zone over here that will take quite a bit of time, unfortunately, but it will be worth it in the long run. Speaking of plants, we did have our first rice harvest, as you can see. So we have a bunch of rice in the freezer area now, and then we've replanted what we had. And it looks like the heel root's not too far off being ready to harvest either. Now, unfortunately, with all that growing and planting and harvesting, Basina has made very little progress on our solar panel research. And it may be a while before we finish that. Let's see, what other updates? So we had a shuttle crash. Normally I would start my recording when something like that happened, but I think 3 out of 4 of them were dead on arrival, and then the 4th was not at all interesting as a character. So other than the fact that we had this shuttle chunk delivered to us, it really wasn't that big of a deal. There was a few like meals and weapons that we picked up, but otherwise it was kind of a non-issue. So Yeah. More importantly, Jaina has finally awakened the Force within herself. So we're going to go ahead and choose her first Force point, or Force skill, I guess. And somebody in the comments back on the first episode, I'm recording this not too long after the second episode. I'm basically trying to batch record these over a couple of days to get as many backloaded as I can without getting too far ahead so that you guys can still contribute. But anyway, somebody pointed out we need to get points into lightsaber offense as soon as possible, because the first point basically doubles the damage you can do. So it says right there in that second sentence, all Force users start with half damage on lightsabers until leveling this skill. Now for Jaina, we don't need to worry about that because she's not using a lightsaber. She's using her like stun baton. But for Wade, who actually does have a Force point ready, we are going to want to get that ASAP because he will be able to take advantage of it. Basina, I'm a little bit on the fence about, because we're trying to kind of keep her out of combat. She's not super keen on combat. Of course, she is a Jedi, so we will want to make her more combat effective at some point. But I think healing is really more of her main priority right now. So with Jaina, I think that something like Force Speed might be the best choice, kind of getting her out of combat, because right now we don't want to take too many risks with her. And there's obviously other utility in being able to move really fast too. And healing is also of particular interest, but I think some of the kind of neutral, more broad utility abilities make more sense for her right now. So let's go with Force Speed. And I mentioned Wade did have a point as well, so we're going to take lightsaber offense just so that he gets that. Well, it is double damage if you consider half the starting point, but it basically gets him up to 100% damage. So we'll do that. And I don't think Basina has a point yet. No, but she's very close actually. Right. So the Force has awoken. News of war. There's several diplomatic incidents. Civil Gungan Union and Alliance of Baoloto have become hostile with each other. Okay. And there's new lovers. So Erna and Wade are in a relationship. Now that's going to be tricky because Wade is a Jedi and physical love is forbidden. So we can't keep them in the same bedroom. They can't share a bed because there will be some pretty negative consequences otherwise. So it might have to remain a little bit of a forbidden romance where they live separately but can meet up in secret maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Regarding our prisoners, we've made a little bit of progress. I decided it made the most sense to shift over to reducing resistance. So if we can get them down to 0, then they should be easier to recruit, obviously. And so to that end, Oyster has dropped, I believe, about 12 to 13 points. He was around 20 initially. And then Grace has dropped, ooh, I'm not sure, actually. Maybe 6. I want to say it was like 23, but I'm completely guessing on that. But anyways, yeah. So that's all the events that we've had. I was really, really hoping that we could get another Republic citizen through some sort of event. And so to that end, these Republic, actually, it might be too far away now. But the Republic citizens we have been very adamant about having or celebrating Star Wars Day. But it looks like we missed our window. I think it's too far away at this point. But if we did that, we could potentially get a recruit if the quality of the event was high enough. Now, it's probably not going to be because we're living in a bit of a pit here. But that would be a way to get another citizen, short of having one just kind of fall into our lap. Speaking of... ooh. An anima pod has sprouted nearby. Okay. Harvest it to collect an anima seed. This special seed can be used to plant the majestic anima nexus tree. So again, that is replacing the God, I don't remember the name. The the dryad tree. Yeah, so the dryad trees are anima nexus trees, and they still produce dryads, but the dryads have like an anima skin to them. They're teal instead of orange. So we're definitely gonna want to do that. I foresee Basina kind of being our connection with the dryad race, which we can pretend are like maybe aliens native to this planet. And I'd like to have them kind of running around, especially in the Jedi Temple. They can be like the haulers and stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Of course, we'll build like hauler and cleaner bots for the town, but it'd be cool for the Jedi to have kind of a unique, more organic alternative. I completely lost my train of thought there. I was about to mention something that's ready to harvest, so let's do it now. Right, so I remembered what I was going to say. The two events that we have here, which I would like to take part in, could potentially yield that colonist, or sorry, that citizen as well. So this prisoner camp, we know who's there. It's HUD, who I'll introduce you to later, but HUD is a Republic citizen, so if we could rescue him, he would be number 3, which then lets us appoint a counselor. The counselor can actively work on converting people, which means it'll be a lot easier to get those prisoners over to our Republic culture. So we almost certainly need to do those. And I feel a lot more confident about Wade being able to handle himself now that he does have that steel mining worksite nearby controls. Okay, well, the Gungan are neutral toward us, so let's not go like raiding them or anything. But that's interesting. I wonder if we could trade with them. How close was it? Oh, it's right here. There's only 2 people there, but view quest. So what am I supposed to do? You've detected a steel mining worksite nearby. If you wish, you can raid the camp to collect loot. Since they are just a small independent group, you can attack them without any broader diplomatic consequences. Well, diplomatic consequences aside, there would be a lot of internal consequences because we can't be an aggressor. We are effectively pacifists. We can defend ourselves, but that is about it. Let's see. This could be tricky, but we have to rescue HUD. He's a subscriber submitted character, so I can't just abandon him. But then again, all the reasons I just mentioned, we want to bring him in because it opens up a lot of possibilities for us. The issue is getting Wade out there. I think we measured this before, and it was like roughly about a day journey, give or take. And then if he went to here, that's another half day. And I'm guessing that's about a day and a half. So probably about a 3-day round trip. It'd be difficult to give him enough food to do that right now because we're living pretty much entirely off of nutrient paste. I don't know how long these wild mushrooms would last him, but let's wait until daylight and then maybe we'll consider sending him off. I know I asked you guys in the last video to weigh in on whether or not we should do that, but I think given the situation we find ourselves in right now, there's absolutely no question that we need to. And then for the other reason I mentioned, with the fact that he's a subscriber submitted character, I feel very bad about abandoning him. Let's see. I'm going to start laying down the floors in this room here. So we'll get those set up. It looks like, unfortunately, there's going to need or require some terraforming here as well. So we'll get all that queued up. Rice deteriorated in storage. Now, why did that happen? This is definitely cold enough. -5, -4. It's bouncing around, but it's below freezing in there. Something big just happened. But yeah, nothing should be deteriorating in here. Was there rice in this stockpile for some reason? I don't know. Quest active, stockpile in the empty vault. A new quest has become active. It is called, okay, we read that. 12 days. We've intercepted messages about an abandoned vault. Ruins not far from the Jedi Temple. It seems there may be an unknown threat. And that's pretty close by. We could potentially hit all of these on a single round trip. The question is, like, at what point does attrition become a factor? Obviously, Wade is, you know, pretty hardy, but he is also only one man, one Jedi. Can he handle dealing with whoever's guarding this item stash, then freeing a prisoner from some captives, and then potentially some ancient super soldiers that are guarding a vault all by himself? I guess we'll see. I think so. It's 7 in the morning. Is everybody awake? Everybody except Basina is. Wade, what are you doing? You're building. Okay, and then you're off to haul some wood. Yeah, so before you start that next project, let's set this up. We're going to form a caravan, add 1 or more waypoints. Let's check out the item stash first, because I think it does make the most sense to head that way, given that we can use the road a little bit, and that gets us kind of out in that area. Then we can go down to get HUD, which again, chronologically, that's the order of the events, or that the events were given, and also the order in which they will expire. So this one is going to end, or the window closes before this one does. And then again, we can potentially hit this one on the way back. If everybody's really badly injured, we can skip this one and go back to it later, because we do have almost a full quadrum. So for now, yeah, let's just focus on that. We will send Wade only. He has apparently 2.2 days of food. I guess he can forage pretty effectively. If we gave him... Oh, that's with like a stack of rice. So how much... Why can I not? Is that like in his pocket? Is that why I can't get rid of it? Yeah, it won't let me modify these. That's a little bit odd. You don't... okay. Something's buggy here. Okay, can I change these now? I can. Okay. Right. So if I got rid of those and I gave him all of the mushrooms, that's 3.3 days. It's also going to rot first, so it makes more sense to bring those along. And in terms of mass, there is no difference. So it's a little bit more efficient to take those. Just because, again, they're going to expire sooner. Let's see. He can also forage, so that will help with the food. That is slightly more than the round trip would presumably require, but at least one leg of that is potentially with another person, so it might be worth sending him a little bit extra. But we may also be able to pick up food there, and he can, again, forage. So if we send him with a little bit less food than he ultimately needs, I think it'll still be okay. And he's probably not going to starve to death in, 3 days. So I think that looks good. Just a little bit of medicine in case HUD is injured or he himself gets injured. And I don't see anything else worth sending. So let's go ahead and lock that in. Wade will go grab his food and then be on his way. It looks like Erina's bed just got moved. You know what? That's going to be Theo's bed. I don't know why I bothered doing that. I should have literally just deconstructed and built a copy. I'm actually going to put Erina in Wade's bedroom while he's gone. We'll revisit that when he returns. But I don't see any harm in it right now. And that gets Theo into a better bedroom. Basina is ascetic, so she is not interested in having a nicer bedroom. Therefore, we can leave her in here, and she's closer to her her research bench. We're still going to build her a nice bedroom. It's just she's the lowest priority given that she has no interest in it at all. Okay, so about 1.2 days. He's roughly on schedule. That's a good sign. It says we're low on food. What's that about? I think we have enough. I mean, nutrient-based dispenser is the most efficient way to prepare food, as far as I'm aware. So, what is this? Oh, the anima seed. Okay, cool. I'm going to forbid that. Nobody's going to play with that. So, my thinking is that we're going to have a grass area in the center here. And then we can plant, maybe just outside the radius of this, we can plant those dryad trees just kind of randomly. So we'll have this nice natural courtyard with a bunch of different anima plants that we can meditate with. I still haven't figured out why Basina isn't able to connect with the tree. Again, I asked you guys to chime in on that. I haven't yet seen your comments because the second video isn't up as of me recording this one. So please keep bugging me if I'm doing something wrong so that I do see it. And hopefully by the time I record the next one, you guys will have seen episode 2 and maybe episode 3. And I'll be a little bit more aware of what's going on. So we just got another quest called Droid Salvation. Let's take a look. Fireball, High Chief of the tribe of Nega, says that his friend has been wounded while traveling. The victim is Droid, a 24-year-old scout. So it's a person named Droid. Interesting. Fireball has nobody to spare to rescue Droid, but says that if you can make it to Droid's position and rescue her, she will join you. Fireball says that there may be an unknown threat. So we have 10 days to do that. Droid is a scout. We unfortunately can't get any more information than that. It's difficult to say, but she looks like she could be Zabrak, maybe? It's really hard to tell from such a small image. But we'll definitely consider it. It doesn't seem like we really gain anything other than her joining us, and she could be, you know, a complete liability to the cause here. So it's a bit of a tough call there, but I'll leave that one for us to ponder. In the meantime, we'll worry about HUD, who I know for a fact is a good character, or at least a contributing member of Republic Society, and again, a subscriber character. All right, so Wade is at the stash location, and this looks like prime ambush territory. So there's some centipede shells. Interesting. The mechanoids are not a faction in this, so they are presumably not the ones who are going to ambush us, but we will see. Ancient War Sprinter remains. So had we brought more people, there's potentially a lot of stuff that we could haul back that would be valuable here. But with just Wade, we don't want to slow ourselves down. So yeah, I probably won't be bothering with a lot of this stuff. Who's idle? Theo? Is there not any building projects to be done? Oh, that bedroom is finished. Okay. Well, we could move Basina in there since that room is ready for her, but I like having her close to the research bench. And again, I don't think she is particularly bothered by any of this situation. Yeah, she doesn't like eating nutrient paste, but she doesn't mind. Yeah, she's actually quite comfortable, and she likes how spacious it is. Jedis must have a consular. Yeah, we need to assign roles. That's tricky though, because I don't have anybody that would really be suitable for that specific role, and that's the one she's most concerned about. So I think it makes sense to have Wade, who's kind of the colony leader at the moment, be the Jedi Master, right? And ultimately that was kind of his purpose in being here, is to set up a new Jedi temple, so it sort of makes sense to put him in charge of that. Basna, on the other hand, would be a very capable keeper because she is so in tune with nature. However, a consular should be somebody who is, I think, very, very passionate about the sort of Jedi creed. And Basna being a gray Jedi, Wade being somebody who's kind of skirting the boundaries of what isn't allowed for a Jedi. Neither of them are particularly well suited to that position, I think, or at least particularly well qualified. So I might hold off on that. I mean, she's perfectly happy right now, so it's not like a -5 is killing us there. Oh, sorry, I meant to give Theo something to do. What else do we need to build? I guess in theory we can just continue this on. I do plan to build this out symmetrically, so there's no reason not to just kind of keep chaining them along, other than you know, material shortages. But that one's already getting cut down. I know I shouldn't be cutting down more trees because the Jedi hate me for it, but at the same time, the -20 penalty is not going to get any worse. -20 is the worst it can get. So at this point I have nothing to lose, right? And is that's marshy soil, so we should be able to build on that. And the other reason I need to keep cutting trees down is because I am using wood to construct a lot of these. I guess I can't build there or there, so we do need to terraform those with some stony soil. These doors are also wood. They're palisade gates, but I thought they had kind of a Star Wars-y look to them. I know those are supposed to be logs, but they kind of look like I don't know. It looks like a wooden door with like some recesses in it or something. Anyways, I just thought it looked better than the generic door. So, right, back to Wade's little adventure here. Do we have to claim this to open it? I suppose we could just knock it down, but it is slate, so that might take a while. So if we claim it, he should be able to just step right in. And there's our LTEC shirt, which again, I don't know if it was even worth bothering for, but nobody attacked us. So I'm wondering if, like, I'd be very interested to see what we get from deconstructing this. We have to attack it to destroy it. So let's go do that. I was like, oh, there's our ambush. Manhunter rat. I'm going to attack this and see if we get components or something, because it'd be nice to leave here with more than just a shirt. And honestly, like, these might yield something as well. It's just, he's going to be extremely limited in carry capacity. And even what he can carry may slow him down more than we're willing to put up with. Oh, this is going to take forever. Yeah, sorry, Wade. This isn't worth it. So let's go ahead and pack up here. That's where the other person is. That's okay. If this only took us like 1.2 days to get to, that should be like a 2-day trip. So we have a bit of time still. We don't need to send Wade directly there. So we'll reform the caravan. We're going here now. That's 0.8 days. We're bringing Wade. Let's see. Agave for, he must have picked that up along the way. Oh shoot, he's been carrying these weapons around ever since I told him to haul them, and I forgot to have him put them down. So, is there anything that he could carry? How is that only a kilogram? That thing is like a giant structure. I'm kind of tempted, honestly, just because it would be a good decoration for our base. And we don't really have the capability to build that type of stuff right now. Ancient wheels. No, these are all too heavy. But yeah, that does seem a bit cheap that it's so light relative to how big it is. And yeah, I mean, he's already being slowed down by that. So let's leave it as is. Okay. So he's headed to the prisoner camp now. Or at least he will be very shortly. Yeah, he's moving. Okay. So it looks like Khan might be going home finally. He's still a little bit beat up. Yeah, he's got some bruises still from when he was getting beat up on the ground. And he's still dealing with his ambrosia addiction. He hasn't quite overcome the withdrawals yet, but he's marching on nonetheless, so he must have healed enough that he felt he could move rather than just wander our base, and it looks like he will be leaving the map, and therefore we should get a +12 with the Bruno Treaty. Up to 12, yeah, cool. And that's one less mouth to feed as well, which is very important. Looks like Wade is going to be jumping on into rescue HUD any moment now. So we'll just stick around rather than me cutting here. Come on, there we go. Let's jump to the location, zoom in, and okay, what do we have here? There's HUD. I'm going to pan around real quick and just make sure that everything is as it should be. So what are we dealing with here? A steel gibbet cage. And I'm assuming only corpses can be placed in these. There's quite a few of them, and presumably there's people in these buildings. So Wade, you're up in the northwest corner of the map. What is this? A bugged texture, I guess. Yeah, go ahead and start heading this way. You're pretty much only useful for a frontal assault, so let's just get into it. Rada from Ignat's Robbers. Okay. She is a sickly nudist. Really not good for much other than art and medicine. She is carrying a Jawa ion rifle. Is that even harmful to humans? Yeah, she might not be able to harm us with that because it's meant for droids. Either way, Wade will just pull her into... Oh, she hasn't noticed us yet. And maybe we can just sneak on in. Alright, let's start maneuvering around here, and then we're going to do a force pull to make sure she doesn't get a shot off, whether that thing is lethal or dangerous or not. We don't want people firing at us if we can help it. Okay, so we closed the melee. She is potentially the only one here, so I think we'll be just fine. Let's allow that so we can bring it back with us, potentially. The area is now safe, so yeah, she was the only one. We'll claim these doors so that we can investigate what's inside. And I would actually like to see, so if I open these cages, is it just going to be corpses? Or are you dead? Are you dead? Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. In that case, I won't bother with the rest. Let's just see what's in these rooms. We can't bring it back with us if we don't investigate. A standing lamp. That's a fancy looking lamp. And a concrete bed. Unless it's like absurdly high quality, I don't see any value in bringing furniture back. It's too heavy. We got some more meals there, which is great. We could deconstruct this for components. It's, let's see, it's probably too heavy to... Yeah, all we can do is deconstruct it. There's some free fish there. Can't go wrong with free fish. All sorts of food. Awesome. And finally, we'll rescue HUD. It looks like they changed his apparel from what the... I gotta claim this too. They changed his apparel from what it was set to by default, so I'm probably gonna cheat his original clothes back onto him. But from there, he shouldn't have spawned with like a weapon or anything, so I'm not gonna give him that. But I am gonna dress him as he was supposed to be and not how the game randomized it. I'm not sure why it did that, but a lot of my things that were set up and prepared carefully appear to not have been kept. So here's HUD. What do we need to do? Just free him? All right, let's free him. He should join us. Cool. Rescuee joins. And now that we have a third Republic citizen, there's all sorts of roles that we can fill. Cool. So this is HUD. Full name, Mark Hudson. He is a former Republic trooper. And so by that nature, he is competent in a fight, but he has no real desire to fight. Instead, he's more interested these days in artistic and intellectual pursuits. He is a bit world weary from his time in the military, but he's a hard worker with a great memory, and he is both brave and kind. So he's had a rough go of things in his life, but he is making the best of it, and hopefully a fresh start at our new colony is exactly what he needs. So to that end, we'll bring him on back home safely. It looks like we're coming home with a treasure trove of goodies to eat as well. Is that bacon? Oh. Apparently Togruta meat looks a lot like fatty bacon. Anyway, is there anything else here worth bringing back? I don't think so. Got some doors. That's about it. I don't see any like fancy structures or sculptures that we'd want to bring back. There is one of these giant things that we could tear down, but I think all we'll worry about is, yeah, breaking that down into components that we can carry and getting the heck out of here. I don't think it's worth bringing Rada back as a prisoner. She just doesn't have enough utility, and the fact that she's a sickly nudist, those are both bad traits. Okay. With that deconstructed, let's reform our caravan now. We are headed home. Actually, we could check the vault out. Is that worth doing? We have a lot of food. I don't want it to spoil. Let's head home first. We should have more than enough time to deliver everything and then put together another party to check this out. I probably want to send some backup with Wade, especially now that we have an additional colonist. We could maybe send Theo with him for some extra fire support. So it's going to be these two, not Rada. We're going to bring all the food that we can carry, and even maybe some beyond that. So it looks like we're going to be due for another rice harvest relatively soon. And unfortunately, it might coincide with the heel root harvest as well. So that's a little bit unfortunate timing, because our plant people are going to have their hands very, very full. Basna has actually been making pretty admirable progress on her research, given all the other roles she has to fill. But when it comes harvest time, we probably won't see any progress for a while. Right, so back at base, there's a couple things I want to take care of. Oh, somebody's not happy. Theo, what is going on, buddy? You've been rebuffed by Erina 4 times. Well, maybe because she's already in a relationship. I guess he wouldn't know that because he is, well, they are obviously trying to hide that relationship. So I guess, yeah, he wouldn't know. We need to appoint some roles here. I think Erina, just by nature of convenience, is going to be, also she has high social skills. She's going to become the counselor. So if we go to social, we'll assign a role. She's going to be their moral guide. Probably not the best choice for a moral guide, but she's not exactly immoral, right? She's a little bit roguish, but still one of the good guys, I suppose. But more importantly, she's going to be the most capable of converting our prisoners over to the Republic culture. So it makes the most sense to... Oh, that's kind of nice. She's actually best friends with Jaina. So it's cool that they're getting along as well. I've also queued up 2 more smaller structures over here. So the way I kind of see this is these are going to be shared restrooms. Actually, now that I look at this, I might want to make this hallway 5 wide instead of 4 wide. That's okay. They haven't built anything yet. But we're not going to have a restroom for like every single bedroom. That would be ridiculous. So we'll have like a men's room and a ladies' room on either side of this hallway here. And this hallway is going to go to... I'm going to see if I can make it like a nice round sort of Jedi council room. And I'll probably just throw a bunch of meditation seats in there so that people can meditate in there, but it looks like they're doing Jedi stuff, I guess. And then I was initially going to have like two big rooms, that one and a training room. I think I'm going to put more emphasis on that council room and then put it in the center here. And then off to one side, we'll have sort of like a Jedi mess hall where they can sit and eat in kind of a more communal setting. And probably just have a nutrient paste dispenser in there. And then on the other side, we'll have that kind of dojo room. I think that makes the most sense from like role play and utility perspectives. But yeah, I'm going to want to cancel a few of these and all of these, I suppose. And we're going to move it back one just so we can have some nice grand hallways. So we'll bring this across here and the same there. And then again, we want to set that up for some doorways. All right, so Erina is becoming the counselor for the Republic culture. And again, that means that she can start actively converting these people without me taking the risk of some like inter-colonist conversions happening. Don't want Jedi converting regular Republic citizens into Jedi culture, and I don't want Jedi being converted to regular Republic citizen culture either. All right, there it goes. So, successful role change. Quality was 100% determined. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So you preach health. Can I still not recruit people? Is that because of the setting I have? So real quickly here, let's try something. I'm going to go into the dev tools, and then if I go to here and Galactic Republic, I can go to dev mode and edit. By the way, this is how I set up the other cultures. So when you start a new save, it only lets you create one, as far as I'm aware anyways. And that's the one that you're going to be using for your colony, but you can't create others and use them for the other factions. So after I started this save, I went through and I went to the Scum and Villainy faction and made them their own ideology, and the same for the rest of these. So this is how you would do it. I'm going to go here, disables conversion rituals and the convert ability. Yeah, well, I guess I should have read that more thoroughly. I'm going to change this to occasional, and I'll probably have to remove it at some point, but that should give her the ability to start converting people, did it not? So we just got intercepted by the Sith Empire. It looks like it's one soldier. They're demanding the LTEC shirt that we traveled so far to pick up, as well as an auto pistol that we looted, and our Aurelian Stone. Is that like stele? I honestly don't know how to pronounce that. We'll just call it a statue. Anyway, given that it's one guy, I'm not super inclined to listen, especially because I did want that statue more than anything else, just to decorate our base with. So I'm going to refuse and fight. Oh. This is interesting. This is Darth Taya. This is a Sith Lord with Psycast abilities. And she's a commander of the Sith Empire. So fortunately, she doesn't have a lightsaber. she's carrying a blaster. That means that Wade could presumably win this just by nature of the fact that she's not going to be as deadly in melee combat as she otherwise would have been. But she is still going to be one hell of a threat. Wow, I was not expecting that. Oh, there's a bunch of bantha. Oh, I would love to bring some back. Are they all bold? Nope. Damn, we don't have anybody to tame them either. What do we have here? Oh, an engine block. I honestly don't want to fight her. Like, this is potentially very dangerous. And, like, okay, we knock her down. Are we going to take her captive? Because, frankly, she's not the best fit for our colony. The xenophobe and bloodlust really kind of make that problematic. Can I just leave? No, I probably can't because she's hostile. So, HUD, go hide behind something. Wade, you're going to do all the fighting, and you're going to need to pull her into combat so that she can't shoot at you. Or, I guess that works too. So what we'll probably want to do is like down her and then just leave. If we can even do such a thing. Wade, how are you doing, bud? You're probably fine. You're gonna be doing more damage just because you're attacking with a lightsaber. And just because she's an interesting character, what I may do is so a Sith commander named Darth Tea extends a declaration on behalf of the Empire. As an unauthorized settlement is hereby required... Oh, I think that's supposed to be our faction name. Is hereby required to pay a registration fee of 100 silver to be entitled land usage rights. As per Imperial Revenue Codes, a yearly income tax of 20% of all silver must be paid. Failure to adhere to... of course I'm going to reject it. Just because the Empire thinks they have claim to this planet doesn't mean they actually do. And we're already hostile to them, so why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we just continue fighting? But what I was saying is, since she's an interesting character and, you know, potentially story relevant, I will... What's an Ultima Pearl? Uncommon pearls harvested deep ocean. It takes considerable skill to prepare them for use as a lightsaber focus, but the results are unquestionable. Interesting. Well, Jaina, Wade's daughter, doesn't have her own lightsaber yet. And it would be kind of cool to have a blue lightsaber for her, but maybe a unique one. So similar to his, or at least like kind of a nod to his, but also unique. Are you... You're in no immediate danger. So I don't know what happens if I just leave. I don't know if she'll die. I could try to take her prisoner, but she is extremely dangerous. And again, not really a good fit for our colony. So we don't really stand to gain that much unless we're going to try to like ransom her off or something, right? And I don't really see much utility in that. So I would rather... what's forbidden on the ground here? Oh, medicine. I think I would rather just leave her. But I would like to see her survive, is the thing. And honestly, neither of you are particularly capable healers. That kind of wasn't a fair fight. I mean, you're okay. I guess let's make sure that you're not set to medicine. Okay. I'm going to undraft you, and then I would like you to stabilize her. Oh god, this is going to take forever. You know what? She's not dying. I'm just going to leave it be. In that case, I think we're good to get them moving again. So hopefully she lives through that and we get to see her again. If she does pop up on the map, or not on the map, but if she does, if we encounter her, let's phrase it that way. If we encounter her again, I will probably, oh great, a raid. I will probably cheat in a lightsaber for her, just so it's a more interesting fight and a potentially more deadly one. So we have 3. Is it really 3? Yeah, just the 3 of them. So not too bad. Theo and Erina can probably handle it. We have Winda, the Ewok. It's a careful shooter, misandrist slob. Decent scientist, doctor type, but otherwise not a whole lot of utility. And then the misandrist is going to be a problem, as is the slob, especially for a doctor. So we have Green Gorar, who's a thick-skinned coward. Not very good. And then finally Canovas Brega, who is a desensitized addict, essentially. Good at shooting, good with animals, good at research, a little bit of passion for medicine as well. But yeah, another character that's really not offering us much if we were to bring them on, so I don't necessarily see a benefit. Now, it does look like you have... Oh, that's just part of your hairdo. I thought she had a unique, like an Eltex headpiece or something, but it doesn't look like it. There's some armor and smoke pop packs to be looted off them if they don't immediately die. Okay. So, I don't really want to sit here and wait for them. I think I'd rather take the fight to them. To that end, let's bring Theo there, and Erina will go next to him. They complement each other pretty well in combat because Theo has a slow-firing, longer-range weapon. She has a very... Well, partly it's just by nature of her skills. But she can fire very rapidly, but only for relatively short range. Oh, wow, this Ewok just started booking it. Oh, you do have a rifle. Theo, where are you? Okay, so you're there, and that's Erina. Let's maybe not get that close then. We'll go, like, here. Because I'd like to engage... Okay. Maybe not even that close then. What's your... Oh, you're already in range. In that case, get behind those trees. Erina... Get to that tree, I guess. We'll slow things down just a bit so I can react. Oh, wow, you're already downed. Okay, those two are already downed. And that one's fleeing. Theo, I'd like you to keep shooting. Run up to here. Are you not drafted? Okay, run up to here. Erina, is it worth doing anything with these two? Ooh, the Raptor. What a intriguing name for a weapon. We do want the silver. Do I care about smoke pop belts? Honestly, I don't think I do. It's just more wealth I have to worry about, so I'm not going to bother. We'll grab the weapons just so nobody else picks them up, but yeah. Alright, so we downed all 3 of them. And we'll probably just leave them there. Is this a faction? Vaynor is... Yeah, we've been fighting them for a while. I don't see any reason to try to make peace with them just yet. And I suppose with that, we'll call it. It's been about an hour and 15 minutes, and I'll have to obviously cut things down from there. But we made some pretty good progress in this episode. We were able to rescue HUD, which of course unlocked a whole slew of new opportunities for us now that we have 3 Republic citizens, and I guess we have always had 3 Jedi. So both of those cultures are now effectively large enough portions of our overall faction to fill all the roles. HUD is probably going to... I can't look at his skills right now, can I? There we go. Probably going to start some immediate work on researching. he can take that role from Basina, who can focus more on healing and plant-based stuff. And then eventually we'll probably transition HUD into like a full-time artist, just making decorations for the temple and then ultimately the overall city we build around it. But obviously right now we're not quite ready for that. So if he can focus on research and actually make consistent progress while Basina does all the other stuff that Basina has to do, then I think that'll benefit us overall. I need to figure out what the hell's going on with us not being able to convert people. We should theoretically have that ability now that we've changed how our ideology works, but it doesn't seem to have made a difference. And so I don't know if maybe I just need to save and then reload and it'll pop up. I'm not sure, but I'll play with it a little bit off camera and hopefully have a solution by the time we reconvene. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you. I've said this a few times already, but it's great to be back. I really enjoy playing RimWorld in these like highly modded scenarios with you guys. It's fun to role play and have these characters that we build a story around, and so I'm having a blast. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next one.